in the mid. I think the Knicks
Yeah,
still played really well. I think Lanham played that hero really, really well. A couple like 3-man impals, and it's just like I think with any other team, you might have been able to enable something. Don't
yeah.
make that face at me.
I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking. We're just we talked about before how we wanted them to move away from this Phoenix 3 in the last series that they played.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 times it's been played now. It feels like it hasn't really done a huge amount.
Yep.
And I know that doesn't mean it can't do a huge amount because it is a decent hero still sometimes. But a lot of the time, it feels like they're picking it before they know it's going to be a good Phoenix 3 game,
Yeah.
which I don't think Phoenix is one of those heroes that you can pick as a 3 like that. If you want to do it, just pick it first in the draft, right? Because then you can flex it between 3 and 4 or something, or 3 and
Yeah.
5 or whatever. But when you're picking it, they did Rubik, Nyx, and then they picked Phoenix, and it's like, well, that's going to be your 3-4-5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have no flex value in that at all. So, yeah, maybe it's good in some games. Like when we've seen Phoenix Core against Terrorblade and things, it looks really good. Or like
Mm-hmm.
Void, it looks better as well, I think. But in this game, they're picking it before they really know anything or gain any information from the draft. So I'd just like to see them move away from it. Or if they are picking it, pick it for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the whole flex statement. I think you definitely have the ability to flex because we see it all the time with other heroes. But when you put yourself in a situation where it's just going to be like, okay, this is going to be the Phoenix 3, like I think you're asking for a bit of trouble, especially like against the Drow too. Like it was Undying Drow to open up the draft. It's not like you didn't know they had an egg hitter.
Yeah.
Especially one that does very well. And I like this again. I think that we're going to be seeing this probably for the rest of the event. Is mostly whoever doesn't have first pick will have to ban that Sven. But as I say that, like Aster have first pick and they ban the Sven anyway.
They're forcing VICI to decide whether to give them Lena or Mars. I think if you're VICI, you let both of them through. And then Aster have to decide. Or you either let both of them through or you ban Lena. I don't think you want this Lena in the game unless you're willing to trade it off for the Mars.
Yeah.
And Aster before have also first picked Rubik as well. Has been another big one for them.
Yeah, so they get rid of the Mars. It's not actually the Lena, and they want to play against the Lena, I guess. Okay.
Interesting. I'm surprised they've let that through, because that hero's been really good.
Yeah. Maybe they just don't want to play against the Mars. I mean, that's lockdown. The arena's annoying. The Phoenix is still available. You don't want to give away that combo.
I mean, they're obviously laying it through with a plan in mind, I assume, of what they wanted to do with the Lena. I think that they can first pick Rubik if they want, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they're effectively giving them Lena and they can have the Rubik this time.
Yeah. And we've seen great PYW. We've seen just great Rubik games in general. I think, Bobica, despite the fact that he lost and he had a couple of deaths to end that game that just, you're getting overwhelmed by the rest of the team, that it's not really his fault. But he was like 4-1 in 19, and then I think ends the game at like 4-3 in 19 or whatever. And, we've just seen some great Rubik performances. And that was a game that did have options and things to steal that I think would look really good. He had the Gust, which was amazing. Wow. And, wow. Yeah, Slardar early on in the draft. So they have what could be their 2 and 4. They have a 3. I like the Slardar. That gives them options. And now as VICI, you got to ban what you think is going to go with this Slardar, potentially the Phantom Assassin, maybe the Lifestealer as well.
Because I think this Slardar is, if it gets let through to the second phase, it will get banned every single time, it feels like. But VICI is also something VICI would have been considering as well if Aster didn't pick it for themselves. And now they have to be thinking, okay, like, do we want to pick our 5 here that has to lane up against the Slardar? Or do we want to go for like our strong pairing in the 3?
So they go back to the Drow. I don't hate this. I mean, obviously, I think it's hard to hate Drow right now as a hero. I think the matchup is really good, and I think Erica has been playing it really well. But like, I like it here with the Rubik too, because you know what it is? I think just having the Drow with the Rubik when you've got that telekinesis, that instant lockdown, and having those right clicks come out from the Drow when you hit that 10-minute mark later in the mid game, everything. I think you have the opportunity to just get like quick, easy pickoffs. Like you can kill the Lena every time. Telekinesis into a couple of right clicks from this Drow, you're probably dead.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I was gonna say I could see Vici going Elder Titan or Clockwork as well in the second phase to pair with the Drow in lane.
Mhm.
I think this Slardar against Drow has a really hard matchup. Like Drow does really well there. I think, and obviously if it's Lena 4 as well, they are going to have that capability to like offer good amounts of damage in the laning stage. But can they ever get on top of the Drow in the first place is the question.
Mm.
And you need that kind of like melee breaker, almost like this meat shield in front that protects the Drow a little bit.
There's the Phantom Assassin ban. I think you're going to want to, like the last game, ban heroes that can get on top of this Drow. So I like the Phantom Assassin ban. I think you still have to worry about this Slardar because he's going to be going into a Blink Dagger. He'll have the Blink as well as the Slithering Crush. Ban the Phantom Lancer, like you said in the last draft. He's another hero that not only can deal with Tombstone, which obviously isn't available with the first phase, Ban of the Undying, but also get on top of the Drow and make Drow's life very difficult.
I think Clock seems really good here for Vici. Like as a hero that they can just pick and just it's always going to be okay, and it gives them that hard initiation they need. It's good against Slardar and Lena. Like that's fine. Trying to think of other heroes they could potentially go for as well.
And there's the Clink ban. Man, this hero's getting a lot of bans since yesterday, and it was, to be fair, it was Vici who, got bumped by this Clinks.
Okay,
so.
That's cool. It's a really good Abaddon game. It's a similar sense to the thing that you have this like protective shield in the laning stage, but it also later on through the game purges off the Corrosive Haze as well with the shield, which is amazing. That's so good, this game. I hadn't even thought about Abaddon. It's not a hero we see a huge amount of, but like people like Xnova and DY, I've seen play it quite a few times before.
Wasn't DY the one who was playing it a couple seasons ago and like spamming it all the time?
I think so. And again, if they really wanted to, they could just play it 3 as well. Like it doesn't have to be 5.
Yeah, the guy was playing it out of control. He was really impressive with it, and like you said, yeah, they can put it in the 3 if they really want to. I don't know if they will. I'd rather it just be in the 5. I think it's a good support. I think it does you well enough. And to get that Corrosive Haze off, because I was thinking, what's going to be the build here for the Drow? Is this a Hurricane Pike kind of game for the Drow just to get away from the Slardar if he does make that jump? Even just having that Hurricane Pike in general, I think is a good item for the Drow.
Yeah. So core to core last, I mean, Void still in the pool, but again, doesn't really feel that good. Jug.
Lifestealer.
Lifestealer, maybe.
Okay, so they go Winter Wyvern. We saw the Wyvern yesterday. That was game 1 of the VICI Elephant series, and VICI ended up winning that one.
The other thing I will say about the Wyvern pick, I think it covers them from a potential Enigma as well that we've seen from VICI this tournament already, which I was already in the back of my mind as something that they might consider going for. Because like when this Slardar comes out, it's probably this melee physical damage dealer that's going to be picked in the safe laner.
I want to take a look at Old 11's like heroes. I want to see if there's something like weird that he could pull out here.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to go Leshrac Storm here on VICI. I think the Storm gets a lot of value now that the Wyvern's been picked as well. I think Nightstalk could still be good for them too. Like they need this hero that just commits to the fight and tries to find the Wyvern as well, because they don't really have gap close at the moment. So something like Void Spirit potentially could be interesting.
Could they go Nightstalker for VICI?
Yeah, they could.
Because he's been really liking that hero.
Yeah. So there you go. That's fine though. Like the Nightstalker works really well with the Rubik in lane as well. And again, it punishes this. If it's going to be Wyvern 5, I think it punishes how greedy that lane is as well. And we saw this yesterday with how the Wyvern's game feels against Nightstalker if you don't go for this defensive capability. And even if you do, he just buys a dust or something and just runs at you anyway. What do Aster want? They
Probably
probably
a
want to pick
safe
this.
winner at this point, right?
Yeah, they probably do so they can flex their Lina to last, but they don't have to. I'm not 100% sure.
Take a look really quickly. Monet's heroes in the last 3 months. 3 months.
It needs to be something that works okay with the Slardar as well. So they go for okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. It gives them the gap close for the drow that they need. It's like it does okay with the Slardar. Like it scales relatively well. I don't mind Aster's lineup at the moment. I just think it's a little bit greedy early on with this Wyvern Spectre, if that's the safe lane pairing. I think you're effectively giving Night Stalker a free lane, which is a risky thing to be doing. But what I would prefer to see them do is put the Wyvern 4, the Slardar 3, and then pick a different 5 last and put the Lina mid.
I don't really think Wyvern's a great 5. He's, like you said, greedy.
It can be an okay 5 sometimes, but I think this game against the Night Stalker, you want to make sure you have something that hits him harder in the laning stage almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to be able to bully him more. I don't know if there's a hero that they can pick that does that. But would feel really good. I'm gonna have a look.
Huh. Do you potentially go like TA for VICI here? Or is that one of those combinations where both the Drow and the TA want to go into the jungle, farm up the stacks a little bit more?
TA's okay. It's more physical damage though against Wyvern, which might be a problem. I feel like they need some kind of like they're almost like doubling down. It can work if they go TA and they can get like Roche really quickly and everything as well. But this Wyvern is a very big importance that they find in the fights, because if the Wyvern lives and they're going for this like really high physical damage lineup, then the fights instantly become really difficult.
And
sure, I'd love to see them go Bat Rider mid. I'm all in.
Yeah, they ended up banning the TA. You really want that Bat Rider? We have not seen that hero that much. He went from like ultra popularity to class reject.
I'm trying to think of a different 5 that they could maybe pick on Aster as well. Okay, they're going to do Invoker mid. Okay. Again, I don't know. This Wyvern's going to be the 5, I assume. I mean, it could be Wyvern 4, Lina 5 still.
Could be the Invoker 4. Remember the days of Invoker 4?
No. That was when you could disassemble Bassi, though, and make Urn, which felt really good.
Yeah, that's true. I think VG are going to go OD here. I have a feeling. Yeah. I'm going to nail their last 2 picks. And I nailed the last ban on Aster. And then I'll let you do the play-by-play work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just what I've always wanted.
Dude, you were great with Tail. Let's go!
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It's okay. I don't think it's insanely good. It's okay. And it is going to be 5 Wyvern. I think if this Night Stalk has a good game and starts to be able to control the tempo, they could just take over the game on VICI. I will say, though, if this Spectre's able to get to a point where he gets, like, Scardy, I think the game looks a lot stronger on Aster, where he has, like, Blade Mail Manta Scardy or something, and then into probably I'll have to get BKB or something afterwards, I'd imagine.
That's if the paces from VICI allows that, because I feel like this VICI lineup looks like very run at you.
I also think their laning stage just seems a little bit stronger on VICI as well.
Yeah,
like they have this Abaddon Drow against Slardar Lina. I feel like the Lina makes that lane a bit harder for the Drow Abaddon, but as in core to core, like the Drow does well against the Slardar, so she should have a better lane. I think the Night Stalker should have a really good time up against Spectre Wyvern. He doesn't really care about either of them in the laning stage. They have to make sure they pressure him hard at level 1 on Aster, because if they let them get like level 3 or so, then the Spectre Wyvern will start to fall off a lot more. Invoker OD, interesting one, but I feel like Ori's performed a lot stronger than Freeze recently, so they have to give him favour.
True. Yeah. It always feels nice when, like, especially when we're both on it, with like knowing where the draft's going, because it's something that we talk about when we're not on camera, is just seeing an event all the way through. So something that we get to do with OGA is work from start to finish. So we get to see how these drafts kind of evolve from all these teams, and it's nice to be able to read what what they're looking at doing.
I agree. Did you see T-Gov name dropped me on the EU stream yesterday? Apparently, because me and him had been talking about Night Stalker before, and he was like, "Oh wow, you get to see loads of that hero in China," and we were talking about it. And then they picked it in EU yesterday. I think Seb played it. And he was like, "Oh my god, my boy Mo Farah's been watching this on China." I was like, "Oh yes, Night Stalker. It's influencing other regions now as well. This is great. Like it's not just in China anymore."
I want to be T's boy. Damn.
But this hero is, I love that this is coming to the end of the patch, and like people are like, oh yeah, Night Stalker's pretty cool actually. Like it shows you that there is still things to be worked out with this patch. Like OD started to show itself towards the end as well.
Clinks.
Like, this Night Stalker's coming up. Clinks, yeah.
That hero is like, I want to see that be more so the Sven shutdown hero.
Yeah. But you can see it with other things. It's like circles though as well, in the sense that like Mag gets really popular, so then Omni gets really popular, and then because Omni's really popular, Lesh gets really popular as well, because people realise that Omni Lesh is really good and Lesh is like a strong hero.
Yeah.
And then like other things start to get picked because of the Lesh, and it's just cool to see. Oh, the meow, my favourite.
Meow. Give me your best meow.
Absolutely not. Mo.
Wasn't even. There was no E or no.
Yeah. Yep, that was my best. It's not going to get any better than that.
Yeah, I disagree. There's a lot of work that can be made.
30 seconds to battle.
You did that second one so deep, I thought that was production.
Oh. A production all just sitting in the office taking turns saying meow now. They're like, oh, I wonder who does the best one.
Yeah. Little do we know they're drinking milk out of saucers as well.
Yeah. Maybe OGA's just run by cats. Who knows?
The battle begins.
So, 2 runes. Nothing crazy. I cannot wait to see this mid lane between OD and Invoker.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to see what item build Ori goes for as well. Seen a few different things now. See if he wants to do the same, go for something different. I feel like it's a good Hurricane Pike game for him. So I imagine what he'll do is go... like, he won't go Meteor Hammer this game. I think he'll go for, like, Treads into something, and then... He might be Urn, for example. And then go for the Hurricane Pike afterwards.
I want to see that. Oh, the last few games we've seen OD, I'm kind of disappointed because we haven't seen Meteor Hammer. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think if you're doing that though, you go Ring of Health really early on instead of building like a Meteor, instead of building like double null, for example.
So you don't think he's gonna do it with the double null?
No.
Damn.
I mean, you can go double null Meteor Hammer. It's not bad, but it's just not what I expect him to do.
So, 6-2 so far for the Slardar, 6-0 for the Night Stalker. We talked about how Night Stalker's not exactly great at flash farming. So, in this game, what does he have to do to really find himself successful and towards the top?
He needs to hunt the Wyvern at every single opportunity in his life this game. He needs to make sure he's getting good XP in the lane, which he's doing, because PYW is kind of off to the side as well at the same time. So he's getting solo XP off the wave. Freeze is getting absolutely destroyed mid at the moment as well. This OD's doing really well.
There was a time where Freeze, if I had to, see him up against Ori, it would have been a lot closer, I would say. Back in his time with VGJ Thunder, I thought he was definitely towards the top in mids in China, but it definitely seems like he's fallen off a step since we've last seen him in that, like, tier 1 scenario.
I don't know if you've noticed as well that Freeze is actually going Exort Invoker this time as well. So where we normally see this Quasu X, it's going to be something completely different.
Do you like the choice of going into the Exort?
I'm not really sure why he's doing it. I guess it's okay. I'm a really bad Invoker player, so asking me Invoker questions probably isn't a good idea. I think having the Forge Spirit to last it while you're Astral though is really beneficial, so I think it has value in that sense as well.
Ori? Taking a lot of damage.
Oh. Didn't go for it. I think Sunstrike cost 200 mana though, I'm not sure, so he couldn't have done it anyway.
And then all of a sudden Ori back up in health. Ready to go. And he's still 19-3 to the 12-6. So having a really good time. Is anybody coming? No, nobody's coming mid for the 4-minute rune. Sorry, go on.
Okay, so this is a good point to talk about that, because normally we see like Storms and Zeuses and things where the active runes are really important. This one's like OD versus Invoker. Like, neither of these heroes are going to leave mid, especially because Invoker's playing Exort. So like these 4-minute active runes don't hold anywhere near as much weight as other lanes. Like, oh good, OD gets an Invoker gets an Arcane rune. It's like, oh okay, well, I guess that's okay, but it's not like amazing.
Yeah. So things pretty quiet to start, at least so far.
Yeah, it's about to be the 5-minute mark though in bot lane, especially. I think is a big deal. Like this Wyvern has to be, like Lanham has to be very careful with his positioning. Have you seen Lanham's got Orb of Venom, by the way, as well? I've no idea what this is about.
They are going down to old 11, or at least trying to with the Arctic Burn and the right clicks coming out from Monet, but they just don't have the damage to finish them off, or really, I would say, go in there for a kill.
How does Lanham just get away with picking Nyx in game 1 and then he has an Orb of Venom Wyvern in game 2? I don't... What is happening?
See? Yeah, he's astrolling the Forge Spirit.
I mean, if you can secure a CS with it, or kill the Forge Spirit, sure, why not? He's going Meteor Hammer still. Interesting.
Nice. So, what does this change up? Because I want to talk about a little bit more. They have not gone for the active runes. Like, the fours haven't left their lanes. The supports haven't left their lanes. And normally we'll see certain heroes...
Hang on.
When I'm in the Cold Embrace, should still be okay.
They have a Myth here as well, still. No, he's dead.
Kinesis, and now, yeah, he's dead with the Void. Spoke too soon. The damage is there. They get the kill. They'll take first blood, and it's old 11 who claims it.
Really well played by PYW just to hold the lift for as long as needed. He doesn't use it early on.
So, what I was going to say is, since these supports aren't moving, usually as an offlaner, or really sometimes even a safe laner, you get that opportunity to that solo experience. You get that opportunity to be in a lane by yourself. Does this mean anything, like, in terms of tempo for the game?
So the Drow is going to juggle at some point, and somebody will take over top lane. I assume it'll be the Rubik, just to get XP and things, which is fine. For the Radiant side, it's kind of... It's a bit weird. They really want to try and get a kill with the Haunt when the Spectre hits level 6, I assume. Mona's getting run down a little bit here as well.
Never in doubt. Oh, he's fine.
It's nice to have his range ups as well that he's not using at the moment. Just waiting to use his tangos or something, maybe.
How's Erica doing? Level 5. I wanted to take a look at his win rate with this hero in the last 3 months. Because he's certainly played it a significant amount.
Yeah, I feel like Erica's Jar's been really good. It's like solid. We say that about every single one of his heroes.
I think he's 5-3.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually been doing more on the Phantom Assassin, 87.5 win percentage, so I think that's 7-1. And then that Sven, of course, 71%.
Dark Ascension. No.
Ooh, that... Okay, so they took out a component of Monet's blade mail.
Oh, that's a big deal, actually. Especially if it's... Yeah, was it the broadsword? It was.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, not only does he like not have the broadsword now, but it's going to delay his blade mail timing as well, because he's only like 350 gold off the recipe. Lanes are really static, though, this game.
Yeah, that's something that we've seen too often in this patch.
But I think it does happen a lot when you have these, like, 4 more greedy, like, cores in the game, in mids and safe lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, OD and Invoker both want to farm. Drow and Spectre both kind of just want to farm as well. So only people that can really make the moves are, like, maybe the Slardar and the Night Stalker, but... I assume Old Eleven's going to go Midas on this Night Stalker as well. He could go Ags if he wants instead, but... No, Midas seems to be the one that a lot of people are going for at the moment.
So, strictly laning pretty much, you know, other than First Blood, of course. A 1k lead for VICI. And Ori not too far off of this Meteor Hammer.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I wonder if PYW are making rotation mid soon, when they have like the Meteor Hammer online. Because I feel like when that comes out, they can just like use the, obviously the banish into the hammer into like a lift or something as well afterwards. Yeah, and it's actually DY that's taking the top XP now that Jar's gone jungle.
And the thing about that is like, you know, he'll probably have the tome. He'll be level 6. He could steal something, add to that fight. Interested to see how this goes.
Aladdin's just healing his Spectre under tower over and over again, every chance. Please live.
I'll take that.
Oh, they're all rotating bot.
And here comes the Drow as well as the OD. They'll probably dive the tower on this. And that's exactly what they want to do. Ori coming over, spots Lanham. And Monet not really able to TP out of this one, even if he wanted to. They'll use the Meteor Hammer. They have the lockdown. They get the kill on Lanham as well as Monet. Ori gets one. Old 11 gets the other. 3 kills here for VICI and a 2k lead.
Yeah, good couple of kills. I mean, the Spectre's net worth progression in the last 5 minutes or so over night time has been really low. He hasn't gained a huge amount from the lane. Like, if you look at his net worth, he was doing pretty well before. Like, a couple of minutes ago, he was like 2nd or 3rd in net worth, I think.
Gosh, Invoker, he's dead to rights.
Bot lane, though, as well.
They're going to haunt. Spectre going to go on to Old 11. He's got some help from XSS as well as Bobica. Old 11 on the run, but chased down.
He got the Midas off just before he died. I don't know if you saw that. It got delivered on the courier just as he was about to die, and he got it off.
Ooh.
That's like... Considering he knew he was going to die, that's really high value. XSS with Blink, by the way, is causing so much damage here.
And it's pretty fast Blink.
Yeah, but he's got like Brown Boots, Gloves of Haste, Blink, right?
Yeah, but he's
So,
also
like,
3rd on the net worth. Like, he's doing a good job.
True. So this is the way it works. If the Slardar is able to get a lot done with the Blink, it would feel really good. But this Night Stalker has Midas in comparison, right? So if the game is slow, which it seems to be at the moment, then would you not rather be having the Midas than the Blink? There's a lot of pressure on XXS, on the Slardar, to make things happen.
Stack made by DY. Forge Spear for the Rubik? I think that's great. Help him farm
That's
up
okay.
a little bit. Or maybe even, you know, take that armor away.
Oh, the green dagger. Nice. Oh, he doesn't have the... Does he not have the Arcana on? Oh, he
Disappointing.
does. Wait, is it not green dagger?
Do you need to be a certain level?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Oh, because PYW didn't have any Rubik wins, did he? That was it.
He is 13.
Oh, they see Monet again.
This is a big problem. Sanity's dropped. Lanham in trouble. He ends up dead. Laguna Blade comes out. Can they get the kill here onto the OD? Yes, they can. They've traded Ori. They've stolen the Laguna Blade. PYW doesn't have the mana to throw it, though. So he's in the ice wall, and then all of a sudden, Freeze has a triple kill, and they take out DY. 4 heroes dead here on VICI. All they got was a Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, they didn't combo up the Banish with the Meteor Hammer. I think it got cancelled by the Bobica LSA. So they didn't get that, like, that burst damage come through, right? Where they instantly have the numbers advantage. And the Wyvern... I think, well, I don't know what happened, but the Spectre popped Blade Mail in the trees below the tower. So the Night Stalker was kind of like, oh, I'm where I really wanted to run down the Spectre here. I can't do that because the tower's attacking me and I'd take Blade Mail damage as well. I don't really know why they're trying to force these fights, though. Like, if the game slows down, I think it's okay for them. For like 5 minutes or so. Like, obviously it's annoying you're playing against the Spectre. I get you want to keep the pressure up, but... when there's this Slardar that's technically the strongest hero in the game at the moment because he has a blink, I think trying to force these fights is pretty wild.
And all of a sudden, that 2k lead is gone, and look at where Freeze is in terms of net worth.
Yeah, with his own Midas, loving life, level 12. Almost level 13. It's the highest level in the game by quite a way.
Splinter Blast level 1. Not too great. Go bottom, but won't be able to get to this Invoker. He TPs to mid. Invoker's done a really good job here and has opened up the game for the Spectre quite a bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Question
attack.
is, can Spectre make up the net worth deficit?
I mean, it's the ancient farming with the Blade Mail, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the real savior. I think this game would be going fine for VICI if they hadn't made that one bad fight before. But like, it's
Definitely
still
agree.
going okay for them. It's just, I think it could be going better. They're about to get Blink on Night Stalker and OD though, so I feel like when they have those online, that's when you try to really look for something. I think.
Oh, Haunt.
Bot lane.
Is he going to jaunt for Erica is the question. He's used that Haunt and won't make the move.
Ooh, what are these? Oh, drums being popped mid as well. Well, okay. I like how PYW stole Splinter Blast on Rubik, and he was like, oh, I can't wait to see how good this is. He's level 7 on Lana, and it's just level 1 Splinter Blast. Because he's maxed out Arctic Burn instead.
Yeah, not really getting much out of that Splinter Blast.
Rubik's like, what? Why is it only level 1?
What do you mean I can't really farm much better with this ability?
Yeah.
Costs 105 mana. Please. What's Erica got? Because he really hasn't gotten involved in these fights either.
Okay. 1 second, so they've smoked up here on VICI, and this is the Night Stalker Blink that we were talking about.
Oh, Blink. And there's the silence onto the Invoker. Need to stay on him. But
Well, that's the follow-up,
it's
though.
just, yeah, they're a little late on VICI's side getting this follow-up. Here comes Lanham. And they've got the Winter's Curse. This is on the Drow. This is perfect. Lock down Erica. They're right on top of the Drow. And Well, OG's not here either. They are surviving pretty long. Ori finally makes his entrance. Sanity's dropped down. They look over Atlanta, but there's the LSA as well as the Laguna Blade trying to get the kill on the Evoker. Sunstrike won't land. They get the kill on Atlanta as well, so they've taken out 2 on the side of Aster, and they're going to lose more, potentially. Bovica trying to get under the tier 2 tower. Blink back from XSS. Monet gets up the steps and away. They hit the gust onto the Lina. They'll find themselves a third. Vici, I think with a lack of the follow-up, I didn't think that fight was going to go as well as it did.
They just don't have any damage on the Radiant side at the moment. Like before, at least they had the tower to help out and things. But in this scenario, like DY's got more levels now as well, so this Mist Coil does more healing and things. Like it was a decent curse and everything as well, but there's just no follow-ups to be there straight away. They'd already committed the Haunt in the bot lane before.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant are scanning.
And Invoker kind of got separated from the rest of the fight from his team. Like if the Invoker's able to sit behind and get spells off, then it's much better. And they're just straight into the Roche pit with the Slardar Drow again.
Dire's bottom tower
Sorry, not the
is
Slardar
under
Drow,
attack.
just the Drow this time. But they have the stolen Corrosive Haze.
Oh? Astro
Oh, that was
Imprisonment
so
just
close.
in time. XSS gets hit by the gust, as does this Spectre. They get XSS and Bobica that took out DY in return, but Lanham falls 2, 3 heroes dead, and it looks like they'll lose this Spectre. Fade Bolt for the finish.
This stolen Corrosive Haze on PYW just completely kills everybody that whole fight. Like the Drow just tears over the Roche apart. It tears the Spectre apart. Sunstrike!
Wee.
Oh my god.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Erica puts the shades on. La da 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 da. I like that you knew.
Yeah.
You knew what was coming.
Yeah. That's that connection.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The pond
I don't
may
know who to feel
separate
worse
us,
for.
but I think we're good. What, production or chat?
No, me or you.
Huh.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Imp Claw picked up for the OD. It's kind of self close to the BKB.
All of a sudden, this net worth advantage is just out the window after a couple of really good fights. Like that one bot lane, the one around the Roche pit. They are ready to go.
Oop.
Lina.
Finding the Lina. Bobica dead. Erica now dominating, 4-0 and 4.
They're running bot lane now as well. Oh, they're setting up for the Spectre.
Meteor Hammer. Blade mail out, not gonna matter. Oh,
Ori?
maybe I almost misspoke.
Jesus.
God, Ori, no fear.
La da da
Just
da
come
da.
in. Yeah. I was gonna do it again. I wasn't sure you'd go back to the well on that one. Or
Our
maybe you were
DY's just gonna heal Ori up again. Look,
Yeah.
loving life.
I thought maybe you were gonna find another part in that song that you were gonna sing.
Oh no, same part every time. PYW has
BKB.
Blink on Rubik and 600 gold as well. Like, I'm trying to look at Radiant side and be like, what are they? Can they build here that's going to make a difference? And like, yeah, Slardar BKB's one, Invoker BKB's one, and Manta on Spectre is huge if they can get it. It's just whether Vici's going to be like giving them the time to farm these items that they need. Now, that glyph from Radiant side, they've basically waited until all the meteor damage, hammer damage went off onto the tower, and then they've glyphed. So I don't know what that's about, but never mind.
Ooh, they get the tower, they have the chase, they'll find the Lina. Meteor Hammer coming down. Slam it down and get the kill.
Oh, we got LSA stolen as well on PYW. That's a big one.
Now level 4
Blinking a few
Arcane
gold.
Supremacy, level 4 LSA. And now they're going to go and look for this Spectre. Might be able to get the
They
kill
need
if they can
Rubik.
catch up. PYW trying to get there with a clumsy net, or maybe even an LSA, but they've got the telekinesis on XSS. He comes into the fight, and that may not be the right move for him to make. But Tornado comes in, hits on Old 11, they get the kill on the Night Stalker, they go over PYW, as well as DY with the Arctic Burn, hitting both of them. LSA from a far distance to lock up the Spectre. Nobody's coming over to save these heroes, so they'll
No.
lose PYW. DY looking like he's going to be next. Freeze got one. Who's going to get this one? It'll be Monet.
Okay, Beaker, I think I'm right in saying this. Which game was it in where we saw the Sven and the OD just free farm while the 3-4-5 just died under their own tower? Was that a VICI game yesterday?
Was it their first game of the series?
I think it was even a VICI game though, right?
It might have been. It might have been in the group stage.
Meteor Hammer top.
Onto the Invoker. Freeze. Hit with the Sanities. Still Ghost Walks.
Oh, is he dead? Oh my god, the Meteor Hammer last tick didn't kill him. 21 HP. I think if he hits him one more time there before the Sanity's Eclipse, he gets the kill though. Because of the difference multiplier from another hit.
Erica got that Hurricane Pike. We were talking about that in the draft. Just how it felt like a Pike game.
Radiant are scanning.
Look at where DY is. I love his positioning. The Photic Shield breaks. The Borrowed Time gets popped. Here comes the Gust that's on the Winter Wyvern. That's actually the perfect hero to hit, but the BKB gets popped by XSS. They'll go to the Haunt. They'll look over DY to try and get the kill into the Abaddon. They'll use the Laguna Blade. There's the Winter's Curse, but the BKB gets popped by Ori in time.
Oh, this.
So now the blink away.
That was close. Look at this Night Stalker. They're ready to go.
Sunstrike? No, Astral. Coming around from the back, though, is old 11. He's out the silent side of the Winter Wyvern. Again, they get the kill on a freeze. They look over at XSS. They've got the damage, but here comes this Night Stalker falling.
Yeah, great Ice Wall from the Invoker. Like, the Night Stalker going in is great, but the Ice Wall from the Invoker separates everybody else away from the Night Stalker. So Invoker freeze dies in the end, but kind of still controlling the fight. Yeah, really awkward fight though for VICI. Like, obviously the Abaddon tanking everything in the first place is fine, but you kind of want him to be sitting behind like the cores effectively, like dispelling the corrosive haze and things. I like this Shiva's purchase on the OD as well. Like most ODs normally go Hex here, but he needs the armor up against the Slardar and things. So Shiva's makes sense.
Was it weird that VICI, like, they kind of wanted to fight, but didn't really commit completely to that fight in, by the triangle?
Well, another thing is that they don't have Haunt on the Radiant side, right? So they're just going to look to smoke up on VICI and go again.
Oh. Astral kind of in the air. Bobica in trouble. EMP, and that'll drain some of the mana, not all of it.
Good pick-off, though. They didn't get the bounty rune, unfortunately. I think Bobica managed to get that one in time. Yeah, he did, so they're going to get 3 bounty runes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And not on Radiant.
No, I think the telekinesis on XSS. The damage is there to finish him off. Erica gets the kill. He's unstoppable. 6-0-5.
Yeah, he couldn't get the BKB off in time because of how long the lift lasted. And with the stolen corrosive haze, he just dies so quickly. They're pinging out mid lane on VICI. But again, they need to find the Wyvern every single fight. And do you remember we talked about FY's build before? When he went Orchid into Aetherlens? Like, look what Lanham's built first this time. And think about how much easier his game is against the Night Stalker. Like, this Ghost Scepter just delays his, like, the fight in which Night Stalker, the time he has to spend on the Wyvern. So, like, where FY went for this high-risk, high-reward build, Lanham's like, yeah, just going to play it safe. I know he's the position 5, so it's a bit different, but... yeah, it just plays a lot safer. BKB on the Night Stalker is a big deal, though.
20 strength there for the OD. We've got Bobica with the Yules, Aether Lens going into the Blink Dagger. DY, he's got the Vlads, okay. Doing his thing from bottom of the net worth, but good enough. And then PYW. Got the Corrosive Haze stolen. He's going into the Yules next.
The big time in this game for Aster is going to be when this Spectre gets Scardy, I think they can just force fights, like, and feel really good about it. Because this Skadi's going to make, against like these two ranged cores, it's going to feel really good. Like obviously the Spectre, it's not like a free Spectre game, he's a little bit behind still, but it's going to help their fights a lot more.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan, and they're looking to make the jump. DUI was in a better position to try and break the smoke, but they don't get Ori there. They threw the Sunstrike down. Now the smoke from VICI, maybe to catch up and fight.
And they know exactly where they are as well with this ward in the top lane.
And they're coming around. And let's see who they find. Smoke breaks. Winter Wyvern, he's silenced. They've got the Blink of Souls, the Southern Crush. There's the Haunt used. Spectre trying to get into the fight, but there's the Telekinesis to lock him up. XSS getting low, and the Winter's Curse is around the Night Stalker, but is it going to be enough for them? Doesn't really look like it. Spectre's caught out. They've got the buyback coming in for the starter as well as the Winter Wyvern. Right clicks, Meteor Hammer, down to the Spectre. Monet ends up dead. The Laguna Blade is used on all 11 to get the kill there onto the Night Stalker. He does not have buyback. Monet, he buys back, so 3 buybacks used. The Sunstrike comes through on Ori, does a little bit of damage, but is it going to be enough? Deafening Blast, there's the kill on a PYW as well as DY. They've got Ori singled out, but he blinks away. Now the Yules end the lockdown. They'll finally finish him off.
Guess what's up? Guess what's up?
Right on time. Now, while I'll say, yeah, they're going to get Roche here, the buyback from Monet slows the Skadi down significantly.
It does, but he has 2 lives now to work with. So it kind of goes both ways. I completely get it. I think this Skadi was a big deal. But if they can get the Roche in return, it's not about just getting it themselves. They're taking it away from VICI as well, who are like feeling really good about their game. Because if they don't take the Roche there, VICI just respawn and they go again and take the Roche. Because they know there's no Haunt this time. So they have to commit the Haunt to not only win the fight, but to be able to take the Roche. And did you see that the Ghost Scepter on Lanham just completely changes the fight, though? Like, this Night Stalker goes in and can't do anything about it. You see he's queued up Nullifier straight away because he knows he needs to be able to get rid of it.
Top tower is under attack.
Ooh, Lanham. It's the same again. Lift comes out there.
Yeah, still dead.
That's a dieback on him. 70
For
seconds.
70.
A long time. I feel like PYW is stealing Corrosive Haze every single fight as well, and it's absolutely owning.
Yeah. I do agree. Old 11 TPing to this outpost, taking forever. Ag's finished off for the Invoker.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
they tried
attack.
to find the Spectre top, but he just about TP's out in time. Now they smoke. Okay. It's daytime, guys. Night Stalker's not very strong. Let's run at him. He does have Dark Ascension, but don't talk about it. It's fine.
Well-gotten gains.
Swinner last level 4 feels a little bit better for PYW this time around. Now XSS with the blink as well as the first hit bash of the deep. Pops the borrowed time. Tornado comes in. Corrosive Haze stolen again. Sunstrike won't land. But look at this. They're onto the backlines. Oaken over at XSS. He'll pop the BKB. He's on the run. Trying to TP out. Does so. Chases on for Bobica as well as Freeze. Can they find any of them? They'll find Bobica. Avoids the LSA. Good sidestep there from Old 11. And all of a sudden, godlike for Erica, who's still not dead once in this matchup. 9-0-6. They find the Invoker. They've got the damage. They'll get the kill. And he's dead for 75. No buyback.
Stolen Deafening Blast as well. That could actually end up being a huge deal on the Rubik. Yeah, but no buyback on the Invoker is massive. Kale. Fair enough. I think they just... Can they force this bot lane, though? I mean, they have no Ori with them at the moment. If they take over the bot outpost, he can TP. I do think, I was going to say before that Invoker death, I actually didn't think that was too bad for Aster, because this Invoker almost has Skadi now, and they only really got the Lina before that Invoker kill, so it would have been okay, but yeah, with the +1, great fight for VICI. They do have to be careful, though, because they don't have any nighttime for like the next 3.5 minutes, or at least 80 seconds until Dark Ascension's up, right? So like forcing this high ground might be a bit difficult. Yes, they've got Drow, which is going to help a lot. But it's not like a an easy thing to do against Wyvern Spectre. Go high ground. Lanham has a blink as well, potentially coming out if he wants to forgo buyback. Oh no, he doesn't even have buyback, so sure, just get it.
Reap your harvest and protect your reap your
DUI working with this craggy coat.
I almost
Happy to have that 12 armor. No fire next for the Night Stalker.
Yeah, just for the Ghost Scepter. That's all he needs to get rid of. This Ghost Scepter on Wyvern is so annoying. Because that fight up in the top jungle before, the curse didn't really like kill anybody, but it delays the Night Stalker BKB duration, so that he can't fight with it on. Wyvern has to die. And now he has Blink, it's going to be a bit harder as well.
Spectre, kind of far from this. Not kind of far. Kind of close to this Scotty, but, it would have felt better if he gotten it earlier, right?
Yeah, but they can't really use this Aegis without the Invoker being alive. So, yes, it would have been great if they got the Scud in line earlier, but they did get the Aegis. It would have been great if they could find a fight with it, but they haven't really found that opening yet. Because they needed the Haunt up and everything again. Which is online now, so... But I expect VICI to try and force out the buyback from the Invoker. And when they realise he's not buying back, probably just YOLO it down the lane. See if they can force a numbers fight.
So, first chat interaction of the night. Press 1 if you think VICI are going to finish this game out. Press 2 if you think Aster will make the comeback.
Yeah, and I don't think it's massively VICI favoured at the moment. I mean, Dota Plus says 59% towards VICI, which I think is probably about right. Because I think the Spectre going towards the late game, you get Skadi, you're going to feel real good. You can go Abyssal afterwards as well to help deal with the OD and the Drow and get on top of them.
That's true, but also I know Dota Plus is very Spectre favoring.
Yeah, of course, but even so, the furthest I would go at the moment is probably 65% VICI. I like this Halberd pickup on XXS though if he gets it. It's really good against the 2 range cores.
Yeah, and then I'd like to see this Blink Dagger come out for Lanham.
Like Hurricane Pike queued up on Invoker. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think he needs an armor item. Like even something like AC could be really cool.
Reap your harvest and protect your soul.
It's one of the longer pauses we've got so far.
I feel like we say that at most pauses now, though.
Because they always feel like they're forever.
You trying to say you're not enjoying your time with me?
Yeah. Maybe I am.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Why? How late? So, for everybody that doesn't know, I'm not even a Dota main anymore. I'm a Football Manager main now. I spent all my morning casting Chinese Dota, and then I'm Football Manager. I have my Chinese save as well, so I'm just spending all day doing China Dota and China Football Manager. It's great.
Yeah, but you're not even managing the Guangzhou Evergrande.
It's because they're too good. It's cheating.
SIPG.
I just have like second division Chinese team. It's great.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know what everybody's favourite game who plays Dota is, apart from Dota. So, do people prefer, what's their other next favourite game? I mean, I know Dota players, you have to spend a lot of time playing Dota. But, most people like another game of some sorts, right? Unless you're an absolute psycho.
Cyberpunk? Is everybody going to be a Cyberpunk main?
What day does that come out?
Tomorrow?
I'm gonna watch some streams. I think see what it's like.
I want to buy it, but I don't know if my computer can handle it. And it scares me to spend the money to buy the game only to not be able to handle it. You know what I mean? Like, that'll be depressing. It says it needs a 1060 or an R9 Fury.
Can chat write what their favourite game is apart from Dota, actually? That'd be interesting. There's no judgment here. You know, if it's RuneScape, then it's RuneScape, guys. Don't worry.
Don't just go saying that and
Don't
giving
you
people
dare
hope.
judge, speak up. Don't judge. This is a non-judgmental zone, okay?
Fair enough, fair enough. I used to put a bunch of hours into Maple Story, so I guess I can't judge too much about RuneScape.
True.
Can I? No, I can't judge that much.
You can't.
I guess not. Your mic did that thing. No, you're good. I think you're good.
Yeah?
No,
You
wait.
fine?
I don't know.
Have I messed something up?
Yeah, it sounds like it. You might need to recover here. Don't worry, people were just getting their votes in. Oh, of course, the reconnect happens right now. Uh-oh. No, I think you're fine, though. There we go. So, you said that they wanted to maybe force to see if the Invoker has buyback, and when they don't see, put the pressure on. They've got 50 seconds to do so. They might do so by cutting through mid. They're going to lead with Ori. Splinter Blast comes in, just popping the Aphotic Shield. And now the Meteor Hammer down to the tier 2, so they're going to put the pressure on. Invoker still not back for 30.
Are fortified.
Right, I think I'm back, Beak up. How are we doing?
Sounding good. You're sounding crisp.
Nice. Smooth.
Radiant are scanning.
Smooth. Just like a nice aged barrel whiskey.
Double damage.
There's the Scotty. Is it Scotty? Scatty?
Oh, don't start. I've given up trying to tell you how to say words. Silly Americans. Jesus. Sorry, all NA players. I didn't mean it.
I think I say it right and you say it wrong. I mean, we created the language.
Come on. Why you gotta be like this? It's not Scardy, it's Scardy. You emphasize the end of the word.
I don't even hear the difference when you say that. When you go, it's not Scotty, it's Scotty. I'm like, you didn't say anything different.
You say like Scardy. You like emphasize the end of the word. It's not that bad. I just wind you up.
Is it like Cutie? Scotty? Scotty doesn't know. It's a good song. Heaven's Halberd picked up for the Slardar. You got enough time to finish that one off.
Somebody asked, did I mean football, soccer, or American football? Did I mean Chinese American football? No, that's.
He means soccer on the soccer pitch.
I'm Americans. Back at it again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See what this Invoker is able to pull off. He's only level 20 at the moment. What's Ori? 22? Okay. Was wondering if anybody's getting close to that level 25 mark.
So I'm reading chat. Tell me if something happens. Someone said Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PS1. Fair play to that guy. That's that sounds like a great game. Age of Mythology, CS:GO, WoW. There's another FM player. Baldur's Gate. Jesus, there's loads of different games.
They will
Just getting chased down a little bit here. Sims. Old school RuneScape. What a player. Age of Empires, Pokemon Go.
Radiant are scanning.
Guys don't remember the time.
Oh
of
my god.
the Sims Online.
I think we've named literally every game between us all. That's quite
Okay,
impressive.
yeah, we definitely did. Meanwhile,
Mobile Legends, Jesus.
nobody named GoldenEye or Perfect
Radiant's
Dark,
top
so every
tower
game has
is
not
under
been
attack.
named.
Nobody said Wraith
Dire's
Shadow
bottom
Legends,
tower
so
is under attack.
I don't know about that.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Use my download code.
Yeah.
I don't have one. Expect you going into the
Oh,
butterfly next,
Jesus.
by the way.
Thank you for being fun today, chat.
Dire's bottom tower.
We enjoy our
is under
downtime pauses.
You guys are being cute. Love it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Hex next. Okay. Lincoln Sphere for OD. Right, I didn't even see that. I want to see if Drow or the OD gets to 25 first.
Or if anybody gets, they might just end in a second beat. We never know.
Yeah, that's true. Just one more fall back into chat. I like that he said no. They're not going to read our answers anyway. Little does he know.
Little does he know, we have nothing better to do because the game slowed down.
Gem pickup. Interesting. Is Aladdin going to be the one who holds this gem?
Dire
I
are
guess so.
scanning.
He's got the Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, I like this butterfly that Monet is going for though as well. I think Drow doesn't have any like a true strike at all at the moment, right? And OD doesn't want to build any. OD building MKB feels awful for him. So this butterfly has a lot of value on Spectre this game. I thought he might go Abyssal, but butterfly 100% makes
Dire's
more
top
sense.
tower is under attack.
That's
Dire's
why I'm sat
structures
here.
are fortified.
33 seconds
With
till
the
Roche is up.
Nullifier on the Night Stalker
Ooh.
as well.
Spell
Ooh,
Prism.
Oh god, that's an ODI. Or he's like blinking over to me. He's like, "Dude, give me my goddamn Spell Prism right now." I think he sent it back to base. Oh, what a psycho! It's coming out on the courier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Are they going to force this tower? They're not ready on Aster. Look at this Drow. Yeah, they have to glyph.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Illusion Escape. Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
And
that's
that gets
Dire's
passed
middle
over.
tower is under attack.
You know, he doesn't send it back to base.
Dire's top
yeah,
tower
good
has
Spectre
fallen.
item. Just in general, like all the time.
And they're really starting to farm their way back into the game too, because it was like 9K, and without even fighting, now it's 6-7K. Ninja gear for the
Radiant are
Drow.
scanning.
Just 20 more Angie. Always nice.
Swoosh is just gone though.
Sun has fallen to the radiant.
Ooh.
Jesus. And that's Aegis and Refresher Spectre.
They're lucky
What
it
is
wasn't
that-
Axe, because then it would have been the. I love that Axe on Spectre.
Oh, plus seems it's still 65% VICI. I think they're favoured on Radiant's side now with this Aegis. And when the Butterfly comes out on Spectre... What, do you think the same? Or am I being crazy here? I think the Spectres are so strong.
I think it's a toss-up now.
They have Timeless Relic Rubik though, which is pretty poggers, as the kid would say.
Why did I know you were gonna say that? I thought it in my head. I was like, "There's no way he says that," and he did. He did. I can't believe it. Ooh, Minotaur horn. He actually gave the ninja gear over to the Night Stalker. What's he holding right now? Still the Orb of Destruction. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think the orbital destruction's fine when you're like piercing base armor, right?
Rubik going Ags. I'm always a big fan of seeing Rubik Ags. Just never comes out in time.
Yeah, they've usually won or lost the game by then, haven't they? God, everyone's still just saying games in the chat. I like how we start talking about it again, and then 5 minutes later means they'll start talking about it as well.
Abyssal being built for the Spectre too.
This game has slowed down so much though in the last 10 minutes.
It's like they lost their breath after the pause. There's the level 25 for the Drow. OD should be close to his too.
I feel like VICI were in complete control, and then they were like, oh, hang on a second, this game's actually really close, we need to be careful. And so they've just been, like, chilling out a lot since.
Ooh, look at this. Blink Southern Crush as well as the Haunt coming through. Old 11 getting low, and he's already killed off. They use the Cataclysm to move in for more. They look over at Erica. BKB. Telekinesis. Monet is lifted forever. DUI pops the borrowed time. Tornado comes in. Looks like they'll get an Abaddon. They'll find two. No buyback on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, the Night Stalker, like, great initiation from XXS. The OD Ori blinked out straight away, so he didn't get caught in as well. Otherwise, it would have been an absolute disaster. But I think with the Spectre having Aegis here and Butterfly and Skadi, it's difficult for them to go high ground. They have to respect that. I think they need to try and force buybacks at least here.
Right clicks coming out from Ori, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is good. They get out now, I think, on Aster.
Astros himself, XSS, the damage again. Oh my. Ooh, Stolen Winter's Curse.
Ooh.
And there's the Blink Curse.
Okay,
it's
that's
just
a long
Invoker.
That's a long curse. Yes, Timeless Relic as well.
The snow is gone. A new season is in effect by the time he's out of that Winter's Curse.
Invoker's like whole life flashed before his eyes, and it's still only like half duration of the Winter's Curse. It was just, well, what do I do now? Great fight for Aster though. I mean, if that curse had hit any more than one hero, it would have been completely different. But
and if it had hit
let's work
full,
that out.
That's what I was hoping for. If it hit the full team.
So it's,
and it's only Winter's
4.5
Curse
seconds.
level 3. I mean level 2.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like 10 seconds if it was level 3 curse. Crazy.
That's nuts. How do you even live?
True.
Like, if you're just locked down for 10 seconds, get that mana refresher. OD level 25, he took the spell lifesteal? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay though. It's basically like a cheese at a fight when you drop ult.
Right.
I think both those talents are okay. It's like not massively one way or the other. It depends on the game. We're just waiting for 60-minute times, guys. That's the
I'd be down
the
with
real
that.
play. I can't believe nobody's carrying Minosaur Horn. Somebody just said in chat that as well that Jar Ranger gets True Strike on marksmanship procs, which is true, and that's great. But unfortunately, you can't proc marksmanship when the Spectre's just running at you.
Telekinesis, there's the Haunt. Who are they going to go for? It looks like it's going to be the Rubik, but the Winter's Curse is out onto the Spectre. PYW surviving with the Miscoil as well as the Aphotic Chibble to get the kill onto PYW. They look over as the Night Stalker gets on top of the Winter Wyvern. There's Sanity's coming down. They'll get the kill onto one. I think it's on the Winter Wyvern after he comes out of this Astral Imprisonment. Cataclysm drops down. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Now they can focus their attention onto the Drow Ranger. Erica gets the Gust off as well as the Astral Imprisonment, getting him out of the fight for now. Cataclysm once again striking the ground, but not these heroes.
Yeah.
They look over to still kill Erica, but they just don't have the damage. Blink, Slithering Crush. Finally, the lockdown's there. Erica ends up going down. It's a 9-time spree going into the hands of XSS. The buybacks are going to be used by the Drow. They drop down the EMP. Ori gets hit by it. Not really much worse for wear. They force the buyback on the Drow and Aster retreat.
That could have been really bad.
Looks like
the Drow
VICI want to go, though.
Yeah, the Drow had to pop Satanic at the same time she got disarmed by the Halberd, so she couldn't lifesteal like at all during the fight. That was rough. My mic okay, or is it gone again? I feel like
No, you're good. You're good.
I've messed it up somehow, but okay. What does Dota Plus say now? Yeah, 54% Radiant. It's turning, B-Cop, it's turning.
It's a toss-up. So, yeah, Spectre's level 25, has the plus 5% dispersion. Invoker has the radial deafening blast now. Ag's finished off on the Slardar. Smoke comes out.
I really struggle to see how they're going to be able to deal with the Spectre now, though. Like, they need to find a way of just blowing him up.
They telekinesis the illusion. They're smoked and break. Right click's coming out onto the Lena. They'll pop the Lincolns. They've got the Hex to get the kill on Bobica. He's going to be dead for 94 seconds. They have the Silence as well as the Nullifier out onto the Winter Wyvern. The Silence is onto the Slardar. Can they get the kill on either of these heroes? The LSA that's stolen by the Rubik hits onto the Slardar. Cataclysm coming down. It's not going to be enough damage as they've taken out the Slardar as well.
Oh,
Monet for a long time with no buyback. And Monet, he gets caught. He's got buyback. Now the Yules onto the Invoker. They look over the Winter Wyvern. They just need one more shot. With the Void, they'll finish him off. 4 heroes down to the side of Aster. They'll look over the Invoker, who's going to force staff onto the high ground, just escaping the hands of VICI, who now have a 5k lead.
They used the Winter's Curse on the Lincolns of the OD, and it just completely changed the fight because they were getting collapsed on so quickly. And the Spectre couldn't get in range of the Drow. He was just outside of range of the marksmanship being able to proc. So like they couldn't stop the Drow from just right-clicking through the Spectre. Really well played by VICI. I mean, Old Lev just commits to the fight, like, fully.
Rubik going and disc, not the Ags. My disappointment
They have to
is
buyback
immeasurable.
If they don't buy back, the game's over, guys.
Spectre has Haunt. Spectre's going to have to buy back.
Oh, they
Aster.
can't use that on the tower. At least use it on the one that's full HP.
Tournament lives on the line here. They're down 1-0 in this series. They need to make a move as they lose their first tier 4. 8 seconds until the Lena's up, and instead of going to the tier 4s, they go over to the top lane for looking, and will look towards the tier 3. Tornado, EMP. Still a 3v5.
I mean, they just have to let 2 sets of racks go here.
Buyback available on the OD as well as the Night Stalker. Looking to be thrown by Bobica. Spectral Dagger makes that 90-degree turn, but Old 11 eats it with the Minotaur Horn. And Roche is up. Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard, Ag's Blessing. It's that quick 12k boost in your veins.
Night Stalker now has 50% uptime on Dark Ascension as well because he took the level 25 talent. PYW is about to hit level 25 as well.
Cataclysm
Oh
coming
my
down.
god.
They've got the Haunt. Is it going to be enough? They look over at DY. They're going to jaunt over to him. He's going to pop the borrow time, try to get back, but now he's looking over at Ori. He's got the Hex. Spectre in a little bit too far, but comes over with Lanham, who's looking for the Winter's Curse, but it pops the Lincolns once again. Now they look over. They find themselves Monet. He bought back. He's dead for 124 seconds. But he be being popped by Bobica. He's trying to get these right clicks in to Erica if he can. Good radial deafening blast, but the Laguna Blade is going to be able to block be blocked by the Lincoln Sphere once again. The right clicks come out from Erica onto the Invoker, who pops the Minotaur Horn, 4 staff back, as well as the Ghost Walk. They get the kill on the OD. They take out Ori. They end up losing Lanham, but Roche is still available.
Oh, last fight they wasted the Winter's Curse. This way fight they wasted the Laguna. Yeah, without the Spectre.
I think they wasted both. The Winter's Curse was either on the Lincolns, or they both were, I want to say. Because it's only a 9.6 second cooldown. I'm pretty sure Winter's Curse got blocked, and so did the Laguna Blade.
Oh dear. Oh, that Spectre though at the start of the fight, he haunts in, starts to attacking the Abaddon, and then decides to haunt in slightly further onto the OD. But, like, his team were nowhere near him.
Hex. Telekinesis, right clicks coming out. They've got the Yules onto the Night Stalker. Got the Invoker as well as the Lena to try and defend. Slardar buys back. Can they hold? The second tier 4 goes down. Aster, like I said earlier, tournament lives on the line. The Bash, Laguna Blade bounce back with the Lotus Orb. They've got the Disarm onto the Drought. Cataclysm comes down, misses all these heroes, and only hits the ground. Winter's Curse is onto the Drow. They'll use the Sanity's Eclipse. Can they have the damage and finish off this game? It looks like it might be so. But Invoker as well as the Lina are back into the base. The right click's coming out for the Lina, almost finishes off Old 11, but the telekinesis is there from PYW. They get the kill on Bobica. He has buyback as well. But they're going after the Ancient. They're looking to finish off the game, or he's not getting disturbed at all. And they get the Ancient. They take the series, and they eliminate Aster.
In all fairness to Aster, in this whole series overall, they played better than I thought they would. So I thought they might get run over.
Yeah.
Before this series started, and I was really worried this was going to be like a 2 25-minute games kind of series. They made some mistakes, like obviously, but at times they looked good in the series. But I think that's been their problem across the whole tournament. Like in moments of the game, they've looked really good, but they've never consistently had that level of performance. So I mean, VICI definitely well deserved in this game. Those last few fights as well, just decisively in their favor. Like those Winter's Curse getting wasted on the Lincolns and things.
Yeah, the Lincolns.
I think Night Stalker getting
clutch.
Yeah, Night Stalker getting Midas at the start of the game in comparison to the Slardar not, I think was a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Slardar had to go Blink because he was the tempo control of his team, but this Night Stalker just scales so much better because he has this Midas. Like he gets to level 25 as well for the last couple of fights of the game.
And then he gets that Ag's Blessing, which was massive.